and get right into everything. The hair that I'll be using for this sew-in tutorial is by Pink Diamond, Indian Remi Natural Yaki. I got it in a color 1B. The length that I got is a 10-inch as well as a 12-inch. I never used this hair before, but I saw a video by a YouTuber by the name of Love Kisses 99. She developed a quick weave wig, and I just thought like the hair was really, really pretty, so I decided to go ahead and purchase it myself. Where I got this hair from was off this website called RemiHairViva.com. This is the card that they sent me. Hopefully you guys can see that. The hair was a good price. For the 10-inch, I paid $29.99 for it, and the 12-inch I paid $41.99 for it. I received the hair very, very fast. I think I received the hair after placing the purchase within like 1 or 2 days. That's the fastest I've ever received hair. I already did my braid pattern. I just wanted to show you guys. I left my perimeter out, so it's like all the way around. And the way I did this braid pattern is I just, this is where my part is going to be. I'm going to try to see if I can do a sew-in invisible part. So this is where my part is at, and I just braided it, and I like braided one side, and I stopped like right here, and then I braided the other side, stopped it right here, and then in the middle I braided in like a little circle, and I just braided this all together and then just sewed it down. So that's basically my braid pattern. It's really simple, really easy. I don't try to get too fancy with it, but anyways, what else I'll be using is a weaving cap. I use this all the time. I get a lot of questions about why do I use a weaving cap. The reason for that is because it allows me to sew anywhere I want in the head instead of just going by where my braid pattern is at. I got this from my local beauty supply store. It's like $1.99. You might even be able to find it cheaper. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. The reason why I'm doing this tutorial is because I've got a few subbies asking me to do a detailed sewing tutorial just to show how I do a sewing. I'm going to try to be detailed as possible, but I don't want this video to keep, running long. So I'm going to be speeding up the video as well. So yeah, I'm going to use about like 6 needles. I already got them threaded, so just definitely stay tuned for the next clip. So what I did was I went ahead and just put on the weaving cap. I tucked under the elastic band underneath my braid. So this is how it's looking. This is how the hair is looking right out of the pack. Like I said, it's a natural Yaki Indian Remi hair by Pink Diamond. I'm not going to cut any wefts. I'm just going to do the fold over method, and I'll show you guys that as well. So mainly just what you do is just, unravel the hair. Like I said, this is the 12-inch. This is how the weft is looking. They do give you a nice amount on the weft, which I think is really good. It's really thick, which is also good too. So I already have my needle threaded. The first thing I do is actually take the needle. I'm going to make sure I'm showing you guys. Take the needle, pull it through the net, and I tie, a knot at the end of the thread and leave it right there. So the next thing I do is take the track or weft, however you want to call it, I can find it. And I usually start like at the top of my ear. And what you want to do is just take a piece of the cap as well as a little bit of your braid and pull the thread through. And do it a couple of times at the very beginning. And then once you do that, take the thread and wrap it around at least maybe like 2 or 3 times just to secure the very beginning of the track. And do it slow because if you pull it through too fast, then it'll knot up. So that's how I started. Okay, so now I'm at the other end, and I'm just going to sew it a few more times. And what I'm going to show you now is how I fold over the track instead of just cutting it and starting all over. So once you get towards where you want to be at, where you want to fold it, I just sew it just a few more times. And then I also, tie or wrap the thread around the needle like 2 or 3 times, pull it through. And then this is when I'm going to fold over the track. So I'm going to take it, fold it over, make sure that it's laying flat. Take the piece of thread, the thread and needle, and sew it down. So you're just basically going through the fold over area. And you want to go through that a few more times just to make sure that it's like laying completely flat. And if you want, you can wrap the thread around the needle too, but sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. And then once it's laying flat, hopefully you can see that it's flat. And then I just start all over again by sewing the track down. And you don't have to sew too close to each track, just give it at least about that much space in between. Because if you consistently, sewing the tracks really, really close together, you're going to need more than 2 packs of hair. I try to make sure that I only need a pack and a half, or a pack and a little over half a pack, another pack of hair. Because you don't want your weaves to be too thick, but then you don't want your weaves to be too thin. So I just keep sewing. And I tend to be a little bit slower at the beginning. And then when I get closer to like the middle of my head, for some reason I'm like super fast with sewing the tracks down. But I just want to keep sewing until I get to the very end, and I'll show you guys what I do when I run out of thread on my first needle, which I'm about to like right now. And then you also want to make sure that like when you do run out, at least leave about this much so you can do what I'm about to show you right now. So I'm about towards the end of the thread, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through where I stopped at, and I'm going to wrap the thread around the needle. So just pull the needle like halfway through, and then wrap the thread around 1 or 2 turns, well 2 or 3 times I mean, like that. Pull it through slowly, and then what I'm going to do is actually take it and do a knot. And you can do a knot like one or 2 times. I usually do about 2. And then all you have to do is just take your pair of scissors and cut off the excess. And then just start with your next needle. So I'm going to speed up the video because I just don't want to be showing you guys like the whole process of, you know, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on speeding up the video.